And you know, have Steppin with Marcus J live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. As we know, if you have a television, if you know, many of us here on the East Coast have been affected by the hurricane that we had that came across us, Hurricane Matthew, that we had this past weekend. Basically, it's been affecting the Caribbean for the last week or so, and it's kind of on its way now. But one thing about natural disasters is that even though you go through the trauma of dealing with them while you're dealing with them, it's the trauma that you deal with after dealing with them that leaves a stain on you. A few months ago, we had a special guest on the show, and that special guest talked to us about a school in Haiti that she and her family have founded and are running from here in the States. They're from Haiti. They still have a lot of family in Haiti, and I'm happy and honored to have rejoining the show from the institution Mix Mahanaim in Grand Saline, Haiti. Our sister Joelle Alert has rejoined the show tonight. Hey Joelle, what's up?
Hi, how's everybody doing?
We're doing great. I'm glad, I'm happy and honored to have you back on the show. Again,
thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Interest of full disclosure, we're old friends. We go back 25 years. And I, was very happy to have you on before when we talked about the fundraising for the school. But now we're in a completely different type of situation with regards to, for lack of a better term, fundraising for the school. So tell the Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J listeners, what kind of challenges have we had in Grand Saline at the school in the area since Hurricane Matthew came through there a couple days ago?
The biggest thing that I'd like people to understand is that the school itself is in a small town, about 2,000 residents, and it sits right on the coast of Haiti. So when the storm hit, the sea waters actually rose up and pretty much drowned the town out, for lack of a better word. And that's pretty much what it did. It drowned the town. The houses there, if you saw them being from here, you would think that the houses were abandoned, and that's how much in poor shape they are. But these are houses that people have been living in, and because of the poor conditions of the homes, those that weren't able to withstand the storm actually were completely demolished. And when the waters came in and flooded everyone's houses, it took all of their belongings as well. So not only were they already faced with, their regular everyday challenges, now their basic needs are not being met. The roads into Grand Saline are flooded. So for a couple of days, they weren't able to eat or have access to anything. The good thing is that the school, thank God it was there, the school was able to house 60 families during the storm. A lot of other people sought shelter outside of Grand Saline to places that were not going to be affected, with friends, families, relatives. And then there's a small hotel in the town as well that housed another 40 families. So we don't have any deaths reported out of Grand Saline, so we want to thank God for that. But right now, just the whole rebuilding process is going to be really slow, and, it's just, they need absolutely everything.
Right. And you know how Steppin' with Marcus J. We're talking to our sister, Joelle Alert of the institution Mix Mahanaim School in Grand Saline, Haiti. Joel, tell us about we mentioned that the school is taking on a lot of the families and things of that sort, and they need basic needs. Tell us about how those folks who are not there can help, can be a part of the solution.
Well, like I mentioned, they pretty much need everything. So for those people that are in New Jersey and can get to where the church is, the church has been a big support to the school, Haitian Evangelical Church in Jersey City. We are taking donations of all kinds of things, gently used clothes, shoes, toiletries, anything that you can think of that can meet their basic needs, medical supplies, because I forgot to mention that the medical facility in town, which wasn't, much of a medical facility by our standards, but it did meet the basic needs of the residents of the town, that was completely demolished as well. So they don't even have a medical facility there anymore. So even medical supplies, alcohol, Band-Aids, things like that, we're taking those types of donations. And the address of the church is 2030 Kennedy Boulevard, Jersey City, New Jersey. And they're open Monday through Fridays for donations from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. and on Sundays from 8 a.m. to about 8 p.m.
One more time, the name of the church. I've got the address, 2030 Kennedy Boulevard. Is that 07305?
07305, yes.
Okay. What's the name of the church one more time?
The name of the church is Haitian Evangelical Church.
Okay. Evangelical.
Yes.
Church. All right. So reason why I'm doing that, because I'm going to add a note about this in social media so that folks there in Jersey City, if you have, any supplies, and real talk, like any supplies, gently used clothes, medical supplies, whatever it is that you think that you might need at the crib, they need it. And so if there's anything that you can donate, and I'm speaking specifically now to my family and friends in the Jersey City and surrounding areas, if there's anything that you have that you can take to the church during the church hours, by all means, it would be greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated, because these are our brothers and sisters, and we need to make sure that we take care of them. Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J. Live from the Den Legacy Internet Radio. We're talking to our sister Joelle Alert of the institution Mix Manahaim School in Grand Saline, Haiti. Now, I also know, Joelle, that a vast majority of the listeners of Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J are not in our hometown of Jersey City. Myself, I'm not in our hometown anymore. I'm in Richmond, Virginia. And for those folks who are here and abroad or further along, how can we help? What can we do?
Well, we are as well taking financial donations. We have a GoFundMe page set up, and the link for that is www.gofundme.com/fromhaiti.
Okay.
Okay, and you can go there and you can make a donation of any amount you're wishing, and we just ask that even if you can't make a donation, that you share the link and let people know that we are a reputable organization and we will get the money to the town, the town people.
Right. When I spoke with your sister yesterday, she actually gave that link to me. So, of course, I immediately made sure that I got it out in social media. But what I also want to make sure, because, of course, we didn't have a show yesterday, we hadn't had an opportunity to get the listeners involved. And, of course, as they're listening to us now, I'm looking at it, www.gofundme.com/fromhaiti. And what you'll see is Grand Saline, Haiti flood victims is kind of the headline that you'll see when you pull it up, and you'll know that it's reputable because, well, one, I'm telling you about it, so I wouldn't say it if it wasn't legit. Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J. Live from the Den of Legacy Internet Radio. How much do you know? And just to kind of give the listeners kind of an overview of the island and how they've been affected, why don't you tell us a little bit? And we know about Grand Saline, you told us about that, but why don't you tell us a little bit what you know about what's going on in the rest of the island, just so that folks can get a very clear picture in their head what's going on there on the island.
So far, and these are reports that I'm getting, piecing together, but it's been reported about 800 lives have been lost throughout. The storm hit the southern part of the island, even though Grand Saline is more central, but because it sits right on the coast. And when I say right on the coast, I mean all of the residents can pretty much walk to the seawaters. So it's that close in proximity to the coast of it's on the coast.
Right.
So anyone that was on the coast and in those southern areas, they pretty much got hit. And a lot, like I explained before, a lot of the homes are made of stick homes. There are a lot of mud huts made. So I know that there were a lot of people that got their homes completely demolished.
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, when I think, it's humbling, when I think about the loss of life, that's the tough part. And folks, when we see, the pictures of what goes on, here in the States, it's bad.
Right.
It's real bad.
Right.
You also know.
And one of the,
No, go ahead.
one of the things that kind of hit me that I really didn't think about in speaking to people in Haiti is they're explaining how they don't even have access or the resources to get any food, and how, their main focus was to take shelter for themselves. So those people that had goats walking around and chickens and, things that would sustain them from day to day, they don't have that anymore because the storm completely took away all of the animals that they had.
Right, right. So basically any source of food, any source of producing items that would produce money, that would produce food, like all of that is gone. All of that is gone. And when you look at the news and you look at the news stories and you see some of the destruction that we've dealt with here, let's just use Florida. Let's use the east coast of Florida, for example. A lot of those areas there are affluent areas, and even some of the areas in South Carolina that are not affluent. That the United States government is supposed to be there. It's debatable if they are, but that there are governmental and federal resources there that are available to assist those folks there. But when you think of the island of Haiti, there's just, quite frankly, not that kind of resource and assistance. And I'm gonna speak freely here for a second. I just haven't seen us as, shall we say, open to assist certain parts of the world as we are other parts of the world, if you know what I'm saying. So I think yeah. And so, that's kind of my passive aggressive appeal, and I'm not real good at passive aggression, but this time I'll do it just to make the point that we need to, we need to hold our brothers and our sisters down. These people are our people. And they don't have the resources that we have, and it's just humbling. It's very, very humbling. And to kind of go back to the absolute basic, when we had you on a few months ago to talk about the school, we were talking about a school that was there to give education in an area that there wasn't a lot of resource to give education. Now that school has been turned into a shelter, and something as basic as, I don't have anything to eat, but now they don't even have a school to provide the education. You know what I mean? You see the domino effect. And so there's going to be a need for sustained help, going forward. So I would encourage anybody.
Well, I just want to, so we don't misinform them. The school is there. The school is actually a great resource, but they don't have the personal resources to be able to go to school.
Right.
So we told the school administrator today, however the children come to school, if they come to school in, half a T-shirt and half a pair of pants, let them come, because everyone lost everything.
Right.
So now it's just a matter of, trying to meet those very basic needs of, I need to get up in the morning, have some clean water to wash myself, a bar of soap, and something to eat, and some clothes to put on.
Right.
And like I said, it's a town of about 2,000 residents. So, and that's just a very small portion of the people that were affected in the country.
Right. No,
a very minute portion of it.
Right.
And just to put things into perspective, I had someone ask me, do they have insurance on their homes? And, the answer to that is no, they don't have insurance. Haiti doesn't have infrastructure set up where, you know, you have a home and you're required to have insurance on your home and have certain coverages. Once your home is gone, that's it. You have to find a way to rebuild yourself.
That's the challenge. That's the challenge
Definitely.
that I would charge, you know, our listeners and anybody within the sound of my voice, as well as the, you know, the extent of the reach that we have here on the show and the station. Help. I mean, it's that simple. Help out. You know, we call ourselves, many of us, not all of us, but many of ourselves, you know, call ourselves, you know, spiritual, religious people, things of that sort. Well, one of the main tenets of that is to help your brother or your sister who is in need. And so this is the appeal to let's all kind of practice what we are preaching. And, you know, have Steppin with Marcus J live from the Den Legacy Internet Radio. Before we wrap up, Joelle, last thing I want to do, I want to do something that we've already done. I think we've made clear what the needs are. The needs are everything. But one more time, I want you to tell the listeners how they can help if they are in Jersey City and surrounding areas.
If you're in Jersey City, the church, Haitian Evangelical Church, located at 2030 Kennedy Boulevard, Jersey City, New Jersey, 07305. They're open every day from Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. to accept donations. Gently used clothes, shoes, doesn't matter what size, because everyone is in need. So men, women, children, babies, whatever you have that you can donate would be great. And speaking of babies, you know, if you have baby supplies that, you know, that you'd like to donate, that would be great. And then for those of you that are not in Jersey City, you can go to www.gofundme.com/from Haiti, and you can make a donation there. And any donation amount is welcome, because if we have 10 people that can make a $5 donation, that's great, you know, and it's better than nothing at all.
Absolutely.
So any donation amount, and we all have financial problems or come across financial issues. If you can't make a donation, we just ask that you share the link with others so that we can get the word out and let them know that we are a reputable organization. We are making sure that the funds are getting to the people in need.
Right.
In fact, I forgot to mention that we did get some supplies from the nearby large city, which is St. Mark.
Okay.
There's a store there that actually allowed us to get food on credit. So we were able to buy about 450 5-pound bags of rice. We got some water. We got spaghetti, beans, and oil.
Okay.
So, you know, it's not a complete meal, but it's something to put on their stomach so that they're not completely hungry for days and weeks to come, and it'll sustain them until we're able to do a little more.
Absolutely. I mean, as you mentioned, one of the first things you said was anything that you can give counts. You know, anything can help. So absolutely, I would not, you know, think that would not be beneficial. I'm happy that happened, but we absolutely need to do more. We need to do better. You know, I have Steppin with Marcus J live from the Den Legacy Internet Radio. We're speaking with our sister Joelle Alert of the institution Mix Mahanaim School in Grand Saline, Haiti. Joelle, thank you so much for coming back to the show. And I'm sure, unfortunately, we will need to make this appeal once again going forward, because it's a long road ahead, but it's a road that we're definitely interested